Alright, in here for yes, another audio video for you guys for today. And in here I'm going to be talking about something I rarely talk about and something that I've been meaning to talk about for quite some time now. And that is about the UFC, that's right, the Ultimate Fighting Championship. And, something I definitely been meaning to talk about here on this channel. And, it might be, a little bit short with this, but, that's fine. I'm not going to, try and make it too long. Just basically, simply put said with this audio video, and that is, given that reasons, what got me interested in this, UFC thing, and talk about a little bit about it, and maybe even a little bit about UFC 126, and maybe give a prediction, try my best to anyway. That's about it, and let's get on right into it. Alright, getting into the main part of the video, and with UFC in the beginning, I didn't really understand what was going on, and I didn't understand the rules and stuff like that towards the beginning. I only saw like a selected few fights, during the beginning, like a couple of years ago. I want to say probably around 2004 or something like that, and I stopped watching altogether since I didn't really understand it. And it wasn't until like about 2009 and last year I started getting into it again, and watching it more and trying to understand it. And as I watched a few more fights and stuff like that, and it really isn't that hard to get into. It's actually pretty easy to follow once start watching some fights and stuff like that. So it definitely isn't that hard to follow at all. So yeah, I really heard about it, with some friends of mine. I know they were more into that than than WWE at the time. So I decided to check it out, and I didn't really get it that much. But it's basically actual wrestling, having different mixed martial arts guys coming on in, and just basically having some good fights there. So like I said, it's not really that hard to follow. So it's fairly easy to follow, so I will say that. And that's basically what it is, and in simpler terms, to put it that way. Alright, well, getting into what I like about it, and they definitely have a good roster too as well. They have a lot of good fighters, just to name a few. Like coming with this pay-per-view, we got Anderson Silva. Haven't seen too much of him, but he's a good fighter. Victor Belfort, if I said that correctly, I'm hoping I did. Another good fighter, I believe, and I don't think I've really checked him out too much, but definitely in time I will. I'm kind of familiar a little bit with Cain Velasquez too, so haven't seen too much of him either, but I heard some good, pretty good things about him. Of course, one well-known fighter too, as well, is Brock Lesnar too, also in the UFC. And with Brock Lesnar, that's the guy, who I, really know more about than most of these guys. But, definitely in time, for sure, I definitely want to, get more, checking out these guys and see how, they really are. But, of course, Brock Lesnar is, the wrestler, and that, coming up from, WWE and making this debut there. And that, with this exit in 2004, I've been, watching, Brock Lesnar, and yeah, I think he's doing, pretty well for himself in the UFC. I'm looking definitely forward for more, fights with him too. So, of course, definitely, Brock Lesnar is one of my favorite fighters as of right now. Hopefully I'll have, more favorite fighters, and, as the time goes on, but, he's, one of them on my list as of right now. Alright, another thing that I like, and I'm not too sure if this is true or not, but, if I'm not mistaken, I believe they don't have a no face heal system in the UFC, so, basically, in a way, if you want to put it that way, everyone is a, a tweener in a way, so there is no heel, there is no face, so you can put a fighter against anyone, basically. I'm pretty sure they have that, so, if they do, if I'm not mistaken. So, that's one of the cool things, that's on there. So, I definitely enjoy that. And another thing that they do is cool as well. They also do, fight for the troops, like WWE does tribute to the troops. So, I saw the recent show that they had for the fight for the troops. I thought that was, a good show. So I definitely like what they're doing with that. Having, some, good fights for the troops. So that's definitely, a plus there as well. So that's always cool to see. Also, with the pay-per-view build-ups, I haven't really seen a UFC pay-per-view, but, I will try and see UFC 126. And, from what I've seen for some of the, watching the, build-ups and the promos in the way, I think they do a pretty good job, from what I've seen with the promos to the pay-per-view build-ups. So, again, I like that too as well. And yeah, that's basically some of the reasons, why I like the UFC. So I hope you understand, what I'm trying to say, and basically, it's not really that hard to follow. So it's pretty easy to follow. They got a good roster, with good fighters in there. They're doing pretty well for themselves, I must say. And definitely I am trying to get into it a lot more and more educated of it. So hopefully sometime I do hope maybe I can do another UFC video down the road, who knows. But definitely it's one of my favorite promotions out there. So definitely living the world of mixed martial arts. So if there's anything else that I missed, feel free to definitely, drop your comments and stuff, down below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So yeah, if there's anything else, you think I should know about, whether, if there's a fight, really cool fight, you think I should see, or, a fighter that I should be looking into, stuff like that, definitely, by all means, leave a comment down below. Something that I missed that I should know about, let me know. With UFC 126, I'm not really going to do a prediction on the main fight, with the middleweight championship that's supposed to be on the line. But, I will say this, Silva and Vitor, should be a good fight, and hopefully I will get to see it, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and, understand what I was trying to say with that. So that basically has to do with the first ever UFC video for me, and that has to do with that. And as always, I will talk to you guys, of course, later on. Peace.